Lo-fi hip hop is a subgenre to the music genre hip hop. Duh. And it's a subgenre I hold close to my heart because I truly believe no other kind of music has affected me the same way that, lo-fi hip hop has. Let me give you a timeline real fast. June 2017, I moved down to bumfuck Virginia. Literally lived in the middle of nowhere. The only nice part about where I lived is that I could see the Appalachian Mountains from my tiny ass house. And I was there from June 2017 to October 2018, where I moved back to New Hampshire, where I was before I moved to Virginia. And when me and my family moved back to New Hampshire, we did not have a house. So we stayed at my grandma's place up until we got our own place July 2019. But going back to October 2018, this is the month I first discovered Spotify, and I downloaded it, and one of the first things I listened to was Vibes 2 by The Deli. It's an instrumental lo-fi hip-hop album that remains one of my favorites to this day, along with its sequel, Vibes 3. His other projects, Bump Tape and Just the Remixes Volume 1, are also really good. I remember every day after school, I would put my headphones on and listen to Vibes 2 before I went to sleep on my grandma's couch. Yeah, I slept on my grandma's couch for my whole year of 6th grade, but 6th grade was low-key fire, so it's okay. 6th grade was also my longest year of school ever. This is completely unrelated. Virginia, they start school August, end in May, but in New Hampshire, they start late August, early September, and end in like mid-June. And that means I had school from early August to mid-June, which, it's my longest year of school, period. But back to lo-fi hip-hop. Jump to, I want to say, June or July 2023. I was having a really rough day, and I've heard about this guy from a Logic song. The dude's name was Nujabase. And on the night of that not-so-good day, I listened to Lovesick, I don't know how to say it. Hexology? I don't know. You read it. And Lovesick Part 2 literally made me cry. I got through the first song no problem, but I don't know what came over me with the second song, but I just let it out, man. Fun fact about Part 2 is that Shingo 2, the guy who raps on all of the Lovesick songs, wrote Lovesick Part 2 after the events of 9/11, which is why near the end of the song he says, "All good souls lost, may they rest in peace." Also in Part 1, Nujabase samples Bill Cosby, but we're gonna pretend we don't know who it is. But no, this was before he was exposed. This was like, the song was made in like 1999, 2000, I think. But in 2010, Nujabase tragically passed away in a car accident, and 5 years after that, Lovesick the H word, was released as a tribute to him. Then a couple years later, I think in 2017, Shingo 2 performed the whole album live as a dedication to Nujabase. But let's talk about another lo-fi hip-hop dude some people may know, Jay Dilla. Jay Dilla is who Nujabase credits as his main source of inspiration for the music he made, and Jay Dilla is such a dope producer, or well, he was. In 2006, just a few days after releasing his amazing album Donuts, he passed away due to cardiac arrest. Some of my favorite songs he worked on include Runnin' by The Pharcyde, Didn't You Know by Erykah Badu, Hold Tight by Slum Village, and plenty of other songs. Those two guys are credited as the godfathers of lo-fi hip-hop and shaping it to what it is today. I wouldn't say lo-fi hip-hop is underground because it still has a massive audience, but it's not as massive as, like trap or drill is at the moment. And The Deli remains one of my favorite lo-fi hip-hop artists, even after almost going to be 7 years of finding him. Another album I found that has elements of lo-fi hip-hop actually never released, but it's Chloe Burbank Volume 1 by Joji. This album is actually amazing. Some of the songs on here turned up on his other projects or have released on the 88 Rising YouTube channel. Examples like Medicine, World Star Money Interlude, Thumb, I Don't Want to Waste My Time, Plastic Taste, and more. Some other good lo-fi hip-hop artists include Ginseng, Idealism, Tampa Beats, and Evie. And this mixtape, I don't know what to call it, Green Star, I put it out last year. I'd say it's a mix of like trap and lo-fi. I'm not really proud of it because it's literally just free loops I found on Soundtrap and BandLab. People liked it, but I'm not proud of it because it was just lazily put together. It was just literally free loops that you can literally just look up BandLab and Soundtrap and then just make the songs yourself as well, because I don't think I changed that much on the tracks. But that's basically all I gotta say about lo-fi hip-hop. It's amazing. If you haven't heard any lo-fi hip-hop, which I doubt you haven't, please go check it out. Like, listen, like the Relax Chill Study 2 girl, that's lo-fi hip-hop. Like all the music in the live stream, that's lo-fi hip-hop. Since that last video, I found more lo-fi hip-hop artists, and I found out my mom actually watches my videos. So hi mom. Quickly, I want to talk about something I forgot to mention in the last video. Nujabes actually helped out on a soundtrack. It was for the anime Samurai Champloo. I think I'm saying that right. Those of you who don't know, it's basically just a samurai anime that takes place in the Edo period of Japan, and the anime was made in 2004, which is when Nujabes was really getting like known, and the people behind the anime reached out to him and a couple other dudes that I'll talk about in a sec to help out on making the soundtrack. Samurai Champloo was also a pivotal moment for him because it helped him and like the whole underground Japanese hip hop scene get like more well known, especially in the States. And you probably know this song from TikTok or Instagram Reels, and it's by Nujabes that he made for Samurai Champloo. Nujabes is also the founder of his completely independent record label, Hideout Productions, that was created in 1998, and it got its first collection released in 2003. And that label really helped shape the underground Japanese hip hop scene into what it has become. Next up is another person who worked on the Samurai Champloo soundtrack. It's Fat John. Fat John is from Cincinnati, Ohio, and is part of the group 5Ds and half of the duo 3582. He's also super dope and is similar in production style to Nujabes in a way, but not total, copycat. He has his own unique sound that also fits the lo-fi hip hop genre. And really all the people who helped out on the Samurai Champloo soundtrack are super dope. And on to the next dude, who is the other half of 3582, Jay Rawls. He's from Columbus, Ohio, and helped music-wise with people like Masta Ace, Mos Def, Talib Kweli. One of the biggest efforts was in the Black Star album. That album's really good, and you should go check it out. And together with Fat John, they made 2 albums as 3582, and yeah, these are must listens. Rawls has also worked with the likes of Slum Village, Capital Steez, the Beastie Boys, Domo Genesis, and others. This next dude is like, oh my goodness, his albums are actually really good. Uyama Hirito, I think that, I'm sorry if I butchered the name. He's collaborated with Nujabes when he was still alive. He's a multi-instrumentalist, and all of his albums are they're goated. They're like super good. I'd say top 3 is Freeform Jazz at 1, Freedom of the Sun at 2, and A Son of the Sun at 3. Freeform Jazz was an experience. Their production on that album is just wow, it blew my mind. And Shingo 2 is on one of the songs, and it's of course super dope. Next up is Flo Fills. He's been in the scene for over a decade now, and even his debut album from 2013 is goated. Although my personal favorite of his is probably Scenario, and his most recent album, Handful, was really good too. He also did a remix song for MF Doom, which is pretty cool. But that's all I gotta say for my extended thoughts, and I'll see y'all in the next one. See ya.